Oh, in case I'm streaming already. Probably not. I mean, in case anybody's watching already. I'm going to be modifying this homemade keyboard that I made a long time ago. Look, homemade. I'll just leave it like that for a minute. And load up the stream in a couple places, possibly. I can check over here. Refresh that. It is. It says I'm streaming. So I'll have to do self-promo for a while first. Click on you. And then you view channel. Wait for that to load. Tap it. Skip the ad. Nah. Now I got the URL to the stream, and I gotta go do self-promo. Otherwise, people don't know that I'm streaming. DIY mechanical keyboard. Oh, I almost lost it. Come on! Got a self-promo in Discord, and you have to click it twice for it to let you use hotkeys. At everyone. Do it. It's using my old thumbnail. Dang it. I hate it when... And I don't think it's Discord's fault necessarily. It might be. But either way, they're using a cached thumbnail. Go back over to YouTube Studio. Go to edit. Verify I uploaded a thumbnail. I did. Use the uploaded thumbnail, Discord. Plus, upload the freaking thumbnail. There's 3 Discord channels I post to, my own and my son's and a friend of ours. Okay, that system's done. Now let's do Twitter. Done. Because I already had the image uploaded. Patreon. I see somebody's watching in chat. I see a number going up. Hello, whoever you are. This is my homemade keyboard I'm going to be modifying. Facebook. Americans tend not to use Facebook as much these days, but the rest of the world still does. actually get viewers from Discord. Not Discord. Instagram. Even though Instagram won't let me post links, I just put link to my YouTube channel is in my bio with the thumbnail. And in the bio, I put a link tree thing. Share. Now, I get a lot of views from DMing people. But even Facebook pulled the wrong thumbnail, the old one. DMing people in Instagram is pulling the right one. You never know. It's like YouTube wants me to set up the stream like hours ahead of time or something. I will show that, chat. I'm not going to get electrocuted because this thing only operates on 3 volts. I'll flip it over so you can see the other side while I finish up my self-promo to get everybody on stream. There's Charlie. And my dad, maybe he'll watch because I'm doing something different than I normally do. Connor, he comes to the stream a lot. This friend, that friend, that friend, that friend. Oh, Al, he would love to see this. Come on, scroll down, stupid thing. And I'm done with that. I can close that. Drink my beverage. While we wait for people to show up. I guess I can send some DMs inside of Discord just in case people are hanging out there. I just saw somebody's joke on a different Discord channel and I was like, whoa! Gross. I don't even need to say what it is. Go to DMs, not to the other channel. And now it's putting, I can't show you guys, but it's putting the right thumbnail. So I'm right. You gotta like change your thumbnail in YouTube Studio. Click go live and then hit edit, change the thumbnail, change all that stuff, and wait like an hour. Like, I don't got time for that. No, I'm gonna get all my cameras set up, my lighting set up, all my gear, and then whatever I'm working on set up, and then sit down at the computer and get going. Why do you gotta be so frustrating, YouTube? Gotta sneeze. Well, when I sneeze, I'll mute it so you don't have to hear me sneeze. With this, if I'm on the right place. Here we go. Yeah, I have that set up already. It was there from the last time I had a cold, like last year. I even told Aubrey. Do you want to see what this thing does, boyos? Tell me that you're still in chat so I can show you what this thing's for. I gotta plug it in. I got a hot mess of a whole bunch of wires and things over here, so I gotta be careful I don't break anything. No, don't knock that over. That's not in this scene. Plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Are you there, boyos? Does my voice work on the stream? I'm going to turn the volume up on my phone. Does my voice work on the stream? Check, check, check. Turn the volume up on my phone. There's a huge delay. Check, check, check. Yeah, it's working. What do you think about my new purpley keyboard? Who in the stream likes the color purple? You're allowed to say, Ermagerd purple in chat, or you can say, it's so fluffy I'm gonna die. Stay put, other one. You're Americans will speak funny anyway. All right. I'm going to switch over to this thing so you could see the tester. Is this plugged in? No. Now it's plugged in. Bing, bong, boonk. All right. Is it on the right one? Is it? Oh, it's on the wrong. Here we go. Do you see those lighten up? The point is that this keyboard was designed for video games like Bethesda games like Skyrim or Fallout, where you change weapons by pressing one of the numbers on this part of the keyboard, not the number pad. And I do not like using WASD to move my character. I like to use these arrows. So my left hand sits here, and I don't want to use these numbers to change my weapon because you can't. The keybinds are on these numbers. So what do? I built my own keyboard that sends the key codes to Windows for these numbers over here. But I used switches. Let me change the thingy. I used switches that I thought would be good because I wanted them to be stiffer than regular Cherry MX Browns. These are Cherry MX Clears, but it turns that they're kind of fatiguing when I'm going into hardcore gaming, which I discovered when I was playing Starfield. So I'm going to see if I can desolder these and put in these switches. These are Kale box whites. So I'm going to unplug that. Binodunk. Hold on while I blow my nose. Fantastic. Now I can't hear out of my left ear. Oh, sarcasm. Oops. Wow. Look at those rubber bumper rings I put on there. They're supposed to be black, but they've been in there so long. I hope they're not brittle or anything. No, they're fine. They're just dusty. These guys are coming out. This is Cherry MX clear switches. And we've got, let me zoom in for you. Here's a pin, there's a pin, and here's a diode. And this part is not soldered to the switch, it's just soldered to its own leg. Well, this green wire that goes off, that eventually comes up here for that row, because keyboards work with rows and columns. So all my column pins are here, and all my rows are here. So I didn't even plug in my soldering iron yet. Hold on. So by the way, I sent the wrong link for the self promo. Let me check. Don't. Ah! I need to move my mouse. That one's right. Let me Control K. Promo. Let me see what happened. Yep, copy paste failed. That's why the thumbnail wasn't right earlier. I was complaining and blaming YouTube for using cached stuff. Delete. How many things do I have to delete, Discord, to get that one post out? Delete, 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 delete. Send now. Now I gotta go to Facebook. Why is, oops. I just melted the cap. I was like, why is there smoky smokes? Gross. The plastic cap that you put on the end of the soldering iron is liquid. Gross. This is what it's like to have a cold, I guess. Delete, move to trash. I hate how long things take to post, so you can make sure it's right. You just spin around, 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 around. Okay, the one I sent on Discord is right. The one I sent on Patreon needs to be fixed. Edit post. For the win, just let me edit it. Now, did all my VMs or DMs go stupid? Nope, my DMs are right. All right, come on in, people. I see I got 6 people watching, so we're going to get going here. There's a way to scrub some more of this gook off of it. I use this metal what's-it from my iFixit kit. Put the plastic boogers on my paper towel that has my human boogers. Starting with this pin right here. Is this tight enough? Yep. This solder has been on here for like 9 years. Okay. I want you to come away from that pin now. And stay over there. Now the stabilizer, it might be a bugaboo. Hope I don't have to take out the stabilizer too. I probably do. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Maybe I should zoom out a tiny bit. Oh, it already fell out. Okay. It's over here. This thingy was in the way, so I couldn't pull the switch. That was easy. It was my first Cherry MX Clear that I pulled out. Focus! There we go. It says Cherry. Click, click, click. Now here's a Kale box white. Can you see where it says Kale? It says it right here. You can barely see. What's my LED? Oh wait, LED orientation doesn't matter. It's the pin orientation that matters. Put that back in there. He's like, why are we taking things apart? And earlier he asked me to explain to him in American terms because I talk funny anyway. And I explained that I built this keyboard and I put Cherry MX Clears in here, which have like a higher actuation force than normal switches, and they ended up being fatiguing when I was playing Starfield. Because I use this, because the default keybinds in Bethesda games and some other games are the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The numbers to change your weapon. So now I got to put the stabilizer back on. And I remember that it goes this way. I got a moth messing around in the diffuser, the not wax paper, parchment paper I use as a diffuser on my light. That's annoying. Go back in there, stable, what's it? Yo, Brian. I don't like the keyboard switches in this keyboard that I showed you before that I made, so I'm changing them. What in the XP? What? I'm going to bring up chat over here. On my laptop. There's a stupid heart shape that it puts in front. What is this XP the chat assigns people? Oh, that means people that engage more get a higher number or something. It's a little game, I guess, you can play with each other. Now let's solder this switch back on. Capitalism shenanigans? Thinly veiled communism? How do you... We're going to have to use do the mouth trick. Display drivers. Never do an in-place upgrade of Windows. Always do a fresh install. Something always breaks. Stay. On time to put the soldering iron down. Don't try to fall off the table. All right. Get off of there, extra. Okay. Now putting this on is not exactly easy because you got to put the ends of the stabilizer into these things. Better stabilizers just have other cross-shaped things to go inside the keycap. There we go, and then I need tweezers for the other side. Do it. Do it. There we go. Are you going to be a good thingy and go down? Okay. All right, old switch. All right, where's my microphone? Old switch, new switch. Next, the dot, the period. I would not be amused at all either. Ever since Microsoft wanted to force Windows 10 on people, I started using a Windows Update server at home so I could block updates. Oh, a couple of my tools are upstairs. I'll just put this in a pile for now. Because I'm going to need to clean solder off of that later. Two out of 17 done. Now this one's got a stabilizer again. I got to be careful with. Come out. I'm doing my best not to be annoyed by the moth that's flapping around over my head. Take this keycap off too for the plus sign. Now I have to figure out how I got. I think you get the stabilizer out from behind. Then I can do this. Lip flip. Stupid Windows 11. Was I supposed to solder that yet? Yeah, I think so. But then we put this on before the next thing. That makes sense. That part was easy. All right, stabilizer's back on. You should run display driver uninstaller and then reboot, and then install it fresh. Because we don't know if they have different flavors for Windows 11. Why aren't you going on? What's happening? There we go. Maybe. No, something's wrong. It's like stuck. I remember correctly that this stabilizer's funky if you don't do it just right. Oh, I know what I was doing. I had this keycap on upside down on purpose. And the little things go to the side. They aren't even Stevens. So let's flip it around. Flip. I didn't even have these iFixit tweezers back then. I had skills. There we go. Ooh, this one's hooked around. I wonder if you guys can see that. This one's going to be like more effort. Maybe. Yep. I might lift up and toss solder all over when you do it because being messy is fun. I got solder sitting on top of the wire down there. Got it. Now, use my super messy cheap solder sucker. I got a tiny bit off that part. Now you get to see the switches. Wait, those are purples. This is not the right box. Installing Windows 11 like a boss. Alright, I have to solder left-handed. I am not left-handed. I did it! Yay! I see. That's why I had this looped around. Because of this whole left-handed fiasco and having it hold it there for me. I don't have my teensy pliers. Do I? Did I bring them? No, I didn't. I could hold it down like that. Go on there and stay on there. Of course, you have to install 23H2 before you install the other one. Yes, I guess I have to teach you how service packs work. They've been around since Windows 2000? No, maybe Windows NT. You have to install them in order. And ending support just means there's no updates for that. As in, you can't install update KB123456 for 23H2. You have to get KB123456 for 24H2. Yeah, it is funny. Like you try to say low key and it writes whatever that word is. All right, I'm doing these top 4 last because there's LEDs in there. Oh, I need a stabilizer. Tools, screwdriver. Uh-oh. Gotta blow my nose. This is going to be fun because it's multiple wires hooked up to one thing. Stop it, Moth. You're annoying. Lift up. Come off. Why you no going? The square stuff, but the taskbar can still only be one level. I told you I made a video about that, and you even tested the stuff on there once. There's a plugin you have to download, or a patch someone made. It uses Windows 7 stuff and Windows 10 stuff mixed together. But Win 11 reveal. Need to get some of this solder off of this one. Are these? No, they're pen side down. Okay, pen side down. Never used a taskbar with more than one layer, so I don't know. Yeah, you do know because I remember seeing you test it. Because, like, you change the OS on one of your computers, like, every 3 months or something. Ow, warm. Ah! You kind of hold it there. I'm thinking I had regular tweezers, not fancy tweezers. I'm not taking a whole row out all at the same time again, because the other two switches will hold it still. Hold the row diodes where I need them to be. What's the last thing you used solder on, Boyos? Oh, your X's Entertainment. You modify it or something? Or fix it? Whoa. I could see inside the switch where the clickiness happens. And it's exposed to the elements. That's freaky deaky. Check it out. I wonder if I could show you. Oh, my heat turned on. It's going to be too noisy. Ugh. Can you see inside where the switchy clicky happens? Yeah, you can. Look at that. I saw that and I thought it was shooting electricity because I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Oh, you made it remote control. Oh, they actually make those now. Right, before they had them on the shelf. Hopefully I was wise. I think I was. This isn't two wires soldered together. This is one wire with the middle of its insulation pulled back. if these quit working because junk gets inside of there, I guess I'll find some other switch that doesn't have this part of the switch exposed. Because it's literally on the outside. The actual switch can have dust come up from below. One of my switches is going to be a Kale. Is it Kale? No, Gateron. And it's a clicky one. Not as loud. And it's all internal. Of course, it's got the 2 pinholes for a different kind of LED, not a surface mount, the kind you stick through the thing. And so did these. Right, those 2 holes. Of course, nowadays they use surface mount LEDs, which sit on the board and have to shine through the hole. What you're supposed to do is just have clear plastic there to cover it up. But shouldn't be a problem in most keyboards because it's down clamped onto the thing. Now, come to think of it, you could accidentally get crud inside of there because people get crud inside of their keyboards over time. I know I do. You have to take it apart and clean it. Well, I mean, take the key caps off at least. I got a keyboard that's messed up that I'm working on. Right here. Look at this. I'm going to show you something. These are all Cherry MX Browns. And this was all full crud because I have this, the only way to separate the PCB from the switches to clean the other side of the PCB is to desolder all the switches, and I'm not going to do that. But I could foreseeably see crud potentially getting underneath these ones. Or even even right through this hole in the top. That's a hole. Is it a hole? No, it's covered with plastic. Yeah, it's covered. Let's see if I can show you. So at least dust and crumbs can't get in from above. Let's see if you can see it. Right there. Yeah, it's plastic, so my concern is just that it's open on the other side. What? No. Not allowed to fall on the floor. Screwdriver. It's forbidden. Anybody in chat familiar with Mass Drop, aka Drop, because they had to change their name from Mass Drop to just Drop for some unknown reason? Come on, rabbit key. It's your turn. What? It's still stuck on one? Oh. That's crazy. This part's stuck. I gotta melt the back of the switch to get it out. Stop being stuck to it like that. Wait, did I do that right? No, that's backwards. Or upside down. Double check the chat's not frozen. Who's blooping me? Aubrey is blooping me. Hey Aubrey, at least you showed up. Tweet Earth. Where'd I put Tweet Earth? There they go. Who's blooping me in Discord? Oh. Well, he wants me to... He's doing a self-promo. Okay. Someone's doing a self-promo for a video I gotta watch later. Wait, not that one. What are you doing? You already did that one. This one. Put that keycap on so you don't get confused. And then pull this one. Do you have school tomorrow? I don't have work tomorrow. Come off. Come off it, square button. Four. That's what that was. Charlie still has school. Lame. False alarm. Don't have to sneeze yet. Five-day weeks. I mean, having to go to work and stuff. And also school. This is going to be a left-handed one, I think. Oh. Going back and forth between the trade school and the other school. There's some people that have jobs like that, man. Of course, I did that for a while. You just woke up, Aubrey. You'll get some energies. Wait. I already have O-rings. Okay. Blue thingy. Don't go back to sleep. Hang out. Are you there, boyos? I got a joke for you that only you will understand. Do you remember the Monty Python and the Flying Circus skit where there's two different salesmen trying to sell their design of some flats? for you American people, those are apartments. And one of them was like, this is where the customers come in, and this is where they get churned up and cut up into pieces to be turned into cattle, and this is where the meat processing is, and all this other crap. And they kept going, no, it's fine. We just need a stack of flats. We don't need all that. This is all well and good that you have all these interesting things that you've done in your design, but we just need a stack of flats. So the next guy comes, and the next salesman, and he's got a tower, and he's all fumbly and stumbly and like awkward, and he's like, yeah, these are good flats with lots of space, and he like bumbles on the table, and it's like it falls over and catches on fire, and they're like, perfect, we'll buy it. That's what I think every time I see one of your workflows. Yours is the one that butchers the people, and then when I try to make a simple one, it just catches on fire. And if people don't know what I'm talking about this program we use called Comfy UI that's super duper complicated. No, it's okay. I just needed a workflow to do X, Y, and Z, not the whole alphabet. But it butchers and it sells the meat and transports it and everything. No, that's okay. We just needed a stack of flats. Gets it? I think Monty Python and the Flying Circus should be like required learning material for everyone. Of course, certain things. You ever seen the American TV show from the 70s, I think, called MASH? M-A-S-H. Let me show it. Dun, 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 dun. 1972 through 1983. I don't want to show. Just show me pictures. MASH. So my dad sent me. He sent me a short video from this guy who does car videos. His name's Chris Fix. Whenever he does a prank video like April Fools, he doesn't admit that it's a prank ever in the video. And this particular prank one was about putting winter air in your tires or something. He did another one where he took another YouTuber's car. His name is Chris Fix, and not Chris Fix. His name is Rich Rebuilds, and he took a Tesla Model S and he LS swapped it, like rebuilt the whole car and put a Chevrolet LS engine in it, a V8. Well, he took that car around and harassed different shops asking for an oil change on a Tesla. And nowhere in the video he says, I'm just kidding, it's a prank. And I texted my dad back and I said, a prank without revealing that it's a prank is just cruel. And I learned that from an episode of MASH. This episode of MASH where Hawkeye kept pranking people and he never fessed up to it. And he's like, it's okay, you guys, you can prank each other too. So they started pranking each other, but they would say, haha, I got you. That was a prank. And then he's like, why are you guys leaving me out? And they're like, we don't like the way you prank. He's like, come on, you can prank me. And they were like, we'll prank you, we'll get you eventually, but they never did. And he ended up digging a hole in the ground and hiding in the hole in the ground because he was so afraid. Have you ever pranked your sisters, Aubrey? Surprised them or something in some way? Well, if you ever do, it's kind of like laughing with someone instead of laughing at them. It's more fun if you prank them and then say, haha, I got you. It's a prank. Calm down. You're fine. And then you can laugh with them instead of laughing at them. When I was a manager at Walmart, me and this other guy would prank people all the time. We'd take those security tags that they put in things that make the alarm go off when you leave, and he put them under his shoe. And he would go out during his lunch break and then come back with them under his shoe, and the alarms would go off, and he'd be like, what's going on? He would empty out his pockets. And then he would turn around and come back like 20 minutes later. By the way, that was a prank. I got you. No, it's only mean if you don't have fun with the person. Do you understand? If you're having fun with them, it's not mean. I hate being mean too. It's kind of like why I don't watch Chris Fix videos. That and he doesn't show his face. What is he trying to hide? How on earth did I do this before? Oh, I muted it just in time because that was a super huge sneeze. Oh, Aubrey! I got a new keyboard. It's so fluffy you're gonna die. Okay, check it out. Purple! Do you like it, Aubrey? Custom keycaps too. I had to make it more prettier. And it matches my mouse that I modded on another stream. All right, zoom back in. I need to make this more straighters. That's kind of better. I need to run upstairs and get a tiny pair of pliers. Hold on. I wish I can go back in time to like maybe high school time, when I was in high school, when I started getting interested in DIY and tinkering stuff, and tell myself that I needed teeny tiny pliers like this, and I need teeny tiny side cutters. I was using these Saturday when I was putting switches in this, because I figured out how to use, let me switch cameras. This is what's called a 5-pin, and I'll point with tweezers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 of them are the metal contacts. Now look at this one. This is only 3-pin. 1, 2, 3. Well, that keyboard takes 3-pin. On top of that, these metal contacts are too wide, so I don't have the files with me. But you use the side cutters to cut off these pins here, toss, and then use a file, pretend this is a file, and go like this. So then I could push it down, because that purple keyboard I showed you a minute ago has, what do they call it? Hot swap sockets, hot swappable, so you pull old switches out and put better ones in. And I'm going to sneeze again! False alarm, just blowing boogers. So why did I get this? Because I want to crimp this. You can't really see it unless I zoom in a whole bunch at a level that this camera can't do. But the strands of this wire are coming apart. So if I heat it, squeeze it gently to bring it back together. Now I want them both to become best friends with this pin. And I don't have 3 hands. So left hand for the pliers, right hand for the soldering iron, and mouth for the solder. That's done. Yes, I'm sick. Luckily, I have the booger time stinger on my laptop from last year still. I'm going to put it on there. When I was streaming, fixing the water cooler, the water pump, what's it on my computer. Anybody watching on the stream who's just a silent watcher, that's fine. I am planning to, I still stream every Thursday gaming, whatever game I'm playing at the time. When I'm done with the current game, which is called Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I'm going to create another YouTube channel and start streaming there, because it's killing the algorithm on this one. That way I can keep the category of the stream It's one of the options you choose in this one menu on the web page. I'm going to leave it on science and technology so that will help the algorithm. So look forward to a video and all that, explaining about it. You're a little sick too? I was only a little sick, but then today it was super cold outside and I got worse. And it snowed. What I need to do is use my leftover antibiotics that I had prescribed to me last year when I got sick. No, it's Turkey Day in a week and a half. Not that one, they're tweezers. You want tweezers this time. Ow. All right, that's all of those. Before we start removing these ones that have LEDs, I want to test to make sure all these work. Come here, cord. You're in this scene. Super long cord that I use for this keyboard. Bing dong dunk. Is that the layer I want? I think it's that one. No. That one. Okay, so 0, dot, enter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the slash, and then star, which is Shift 8. I actually have I programmed this thing to send Shift 8 to make this the times. Yeah, Shift 8. And then dash and plus, which is Shift and equal. So that's working. Well, first one, we need to light up this LED because we need to light up this LED. I have this keyboard set up a little bit different than a standard 10 keypad. This does not turn on and off the number lock. You have to hold this and then press this button, which is slash, to change the function. That's a blue LED. We can pull that cap off. Might as well pull 4 of them. So you can see how this works. I tried to figure out how many layers I could do using this number of lights, and I ended up doing more layers than I ever wanted to program, so I need to reprogram it again with less layers. Watch. That's all I need. Blue, purple, red, pink. So better write that down somewhere. Blue, purple, red, pink. Hopefully I have some blue LEDs. I might be able to use the one that's already in there if I could desolder it and get it out. They all have the same resistor, but I programmed the microcontroller to send a different amount of voltage to each one because each color requires a different amount of voltage. I get 4,000 spam emails around Turkey Day offering me tat for dollars, which is no use to me at all. Tat? I don't even know what tat is. Tat for dollars. Give us money, we'll give you tat. Okay. I do remember that the LEDs, when I put them through, I bent them like this. Drink? Negative, 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 negative. See if I can get this negative off of there. Where are you, solder sucker? Clearly, I put the LEDs in first, and then the rows and columns. So we'll do that. Oh, gotta take the solder sucker apart. It's all jammed up. Oh, here we go. Toss. Still won't go down. There we go. Got it. It spews a bunch out. Look. Just spewed a bunch of solder out. Stop being spewed out all over. Gross, dude. Technically, if I can get this desoldered, I could pull the switch out with the LED in it. All right, that's the ground off. And there's a bunch of solder on this. I wonder if you guys can actually see. I wonder how good this camera is. That ball right there, the ball of solder, has to come, and I don't want to mess that wire up. No! Stop! You're not in this scene. Go over there and stay over there. I don't want to melt you right now. This is like surgery, chat. Freaking surgery times. What's your hang up? Oh. The LED pins are arranged. That one, the left one going that way, and this one going this way because I bent the pin. I wonder if I could show you. Right here, I have the pin pointed towards the direction of where the wire has to go. That reconnected a tiny bit. Toss. There she's out with the LED. Nah. Booger face. Somebody say something else in chat so I don't have to keep reading about 4,000 spams about tat. I don't know what tat is. It's like, is that like tit for tat? Now, how am I going to know which way to put this in correctly? Come on out. Bend. And one side's slightly longer. See that? That one's longer than this one. So, longer is on left bottom. Are you going to be able to come out, LED face? How am I going to do that? It's out. It's out, chat. Oh, and I can't put this in there. There's no hole. Why you no taking? I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea. Anyone here watch Homestar Runner? I got an idea. It involves using one of these. Come on, let me do it. All right. You're about to see me butcher one of these thingies. Chomp, chomp, chomp. That's what's about to happen. That is not enough RPMs for this task. I got another idea. It involves fire. Hold on while I get some fire. You can hear me sniffling upstairs, can't you? I'm walking around thinking, where can I find a paperclip? I don't typically use paperclips around the house. Oh, I got a pokey thing on the iFixit, but I don't want to burn it. I don't want to mess up its metallurgy integrity stuff. Here's my fire. It looks like fire. Let me poke around some stuff. Doop-a-doo. Change camera view so you know that I exist. Just need a paper clip. Might be able to use leads. I got those somewhere. Spare leads off of things. And I suddenly have to pee. I want to find something to use first before I go pee. I gotta go pee. Break time. All right. We're doing this. All right. I found little nails. Tiny little itty bitty nails. Look. Or brads, as they used to call them. I made myself a little groove with my rotary tool. Where's my holdy? What's it? Maybe in my guitar stuff. Yeah, I see it. Where'd I put the little nail? Oh, it fell way over here. Push this down after getting it hot. Fire. 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 It's not enough to go through. Oh, it might have gone through. That moth is back, annoying me. I want to see, did it do it? It did, it went through. It went through, chat. Now I have to make the other hole. I have to do both of them. Oh, I dropped the nail, God knows where. Hacks. Doo-doo-doo. Next step. As we got to take LED's kind of high. Make sure the keycap fits over it. Nope, it's kind of hitting it. I'm just shaving some plastic back here. Imagine doing this 108 times. Would not be me. I'll do it maybe 4 times. Wait, I didn't want to do this one. I remember, I wanted to use the Gateron one for this. And this has an LED slot. 4-round LED. See, it's already the right shape and everything. But it's okay. I can use this for the next one over. First thing, or next thing at least, is to bend the pins back in the way they were before. Go this direction on that one. And this one just goes straight down, I think. No, straight left. because it has to lay down so it doesn't touch that line with the diode. Moth is back. Everyone say hello to the moth in chat. Probably not as annoying as the sound to you as it is to me. Now I have to somehow get that pin and these two wires all to touch each other. Okay. Now this resistor right here gets to be soldered to the other pin for the LED. This is going to be acrobatic. And this brown one, where does it go to? I don't remember. Brown is, okay, let's look at these pins. I gotta figure out what the brown wire is. Brown, red, orange, yellow, green. Brown, red, orange, yellow, green. So it's this row. That means it's going to be soldered to this diode. Because y'all can't see very well, but I have the legs of each diode touching each other to complete the rows. And then it's connected to a wire at the end. And this one came off. So bring that diode back down first. I'm going to have to hold it down with tweezers. Hold the solder in my mouth. And then this is tricky because this brown wire can't touch this black wire. Come on. There we go. And it's all gross looking, so I have to pinch it together. I cut a bit of the end of it off because it's a little nasty. Side cutters that I did bring down. Where are they? Oh, you side cutters, you're okay. Got them. Just a tiny bit. Okay, I'm holding it with my finger. Solder in the mouth. Now let's take care of this other pin. Its wires are all loosey-goosey. Looks like this is a stiffer wire. It's going to stay there. So we can start on that one. And this is how we get our rows, or at least this row, completed. Oh, come on. There we go. Now we need to make sure it works. Bing dong dunk. Light up. All right, purple. It works, chat. It works as intended. I'm doing a light show for y'all. Just imagine I'm doing the vibing cat. So this is purple. Let's see if these new purple LEDs I got are any brighter. Tell me in chat if you want to see purple LED. Burp. Purple LEDs. Oh, that was more like a hiccup. Ow. I got my bin of 1 billion LEDs here. It is not what it says on the tin. Do you get that joke, boyos? It is not what it says on the tin. It is not pomegranate oolong tea. It is the bin of badillion LEDs. This whole thing's just crammed full of LEDs. I just bought these because I was working on another keyboard a couple weeks ago and I used a purple LED and I only had one left after that. And I wanted to make sure I had some. I think positive is the longer leg. So let's see. Second from the right. The negative is that one. I think, no. No. The negative is the shared one. Negative is a shared one. I think that's the same brightness. Dang it. I was hoping for brighter. Somebody write purple in chat. Purple in chat. Engage. Beep bonk. Purple and chat. Engage. Perfect. See? Somebody can follow instructions. Ugh. Why does having a cold have to make your brain all sloshy? It's not fair. If y'all don't know what that popping is, I'm emptying out the solder sucker all over the floor. I periodically vacuum down here in the basement. Don't ask me to do heart surgery. I'm not that good. Okay, I got another bubble over here. What happens? Oh, Chrome crashed. I'm trying to monitor chat. Chrome, you're not allowed to crash. You're in this scene. Okay. We're back, chat. Pull this guy out. Boink. That's the sound it makes. It makes a boink sound. It's a different boink sound than the boink sound I make with your mom. Just don't get them mixed up. This one has a longer pin on the right. a tiny bit more. I want to bend this. Looks like so. Bend. Me when my fingers are not strong like pliers. How does the other one go? And then it comes down like a crazy angle. Maybe it'd be easier if I'd put it in here firsters. Goes in with a satisfying thunk. Oh, I see. Let's see if I can zoom in and show you this part. That's maximum zoomage. Can we see this? This LED pin right there needs to be soldered to this exposed bit of wire where I've taken back the insulation, but I'm gonna have to move this over like that to where it can reach it, and then hold them together with my right hand, get solder in my mouth, and use a soldering iron with my left hand. That bit of solder is done. Now we know this switch is working, and I want to get it away from that so it's not touching. So we can do, I just bent it. One of the things I remember doing on these other ones was like pushing it down and heating it so that it would melt the plastic and then bond with it and not move. Here's a spot where I did that before, and I don't think it needs it now, as long as it's not like wiggling around and stuff. If you ever have an apocalypse and you need somebody who can tinker and build things that require soldering, you might want to keep me around. Now, how are we going to do this one? Left-handed again? Yep, because the resistor wants to be weird. And that is why I had big balls of solder on these resistors before, because it needs to be enough to hold it. Now let's do this diode to this pin right here. It's going to be a right-handed one. Anybody in chat left-handed? Tell me in chat if you're left-handed. Oh, and it looks like it's dark. Maybe it's the lighting? Let me see. I go night-night now. Yes, Charlie's left-handed. I didn't call it out. I was going to let him say it. What made me really want to do this is because my main keyboard is not working right now. And I was using a 10 keyless, kind of like this one. And when I needed to type numbers, I was bringing this over and typing on it. And these switches are too stiff to be comfortable. I was like, ah. All right, chat. Oh, it's all black and dirty. Clean it off before you put it in. That's better. Nobody likes a dirty tip. This one might be a little funky. Clean the solder off of the tip of the soldering iron. Heat up this wire and then crimp it, sort of. I said heat this wire and crimp it, sort of. I should have put on long underwear before doing this. It's probably like 29 degrees and failure units outside. Double check. Do I have the space heater on? I can't tell. There's this. It says it's on. I'm reaching under the desk, chat. Yeah, it's on, but it's not that warm. It's not as warm as the one I have upstairs under my other desk. Failure units is because when we settled America, we were on Fahrenheit and miles and all that, and yards. And they went to the metric system in Europe, and later on they told us, hey guys, the metric system is better. We were like, screw you, we never change anything. So that's what F stands for. Fahrenheit equals failure units. I guess it's a lot of solder, but it's going to hold it. Oh, this turned off? I'll have to wait for it to warm back up. Somehow it turned off. What the? Okay. Whatevs, dude. Whatevs. I don't know why my soldering iron turned off. I just have to wait for it to warm up. If I ever build another one of these again, I have to figure out all these parts that it uses. And why is my overhead so dim? Maybe the exposure went clonkaboos. So you get normal exposure there. Too bright. It's only 22 outside over there. Let me see what it is over here. $25. I guess since you're a little bit more north than me. That was a loud one. I would have blown out the microphone. All right, this is a left-handed one, chat. Oh, that's too much exposure. Tone it down a smidge. Now I gotta switch hands. Somehow do the other one, where they have to be friends and be connected to each other. Can I just heat it up and them stick? No, you need to solder it. All right, I'm gonna test it. Make sure it's purple. Purple. Ding dong dunk. There's no going. Did I solder? It did. Well, I got a new one. Let's see. Does a new one work? Well, it's not going to work unless I have that circuit activated, which is probably that one. And purple is, drum roll, there. Okay. Didodonk. Exposure's all over the place. Autofocus. Left hand, right hand. Keep changing hands with the tools. I can never remember where I put them. Ah. All right, let's rip this one out. Maybe. We could cut the legs off. Yeah, it's going to be easier. We want negative to be that way. And this one needs to be bent this way. Come on. I might have had the polarity wrong before, so ding dong donk. Let's see if it lights up. Yeah, it lights up. I can see it through there. You guys can see it too a little bit. Bitterdonk. Purr. Ah. Now the red one. I know I might not have any more red LEDs in case I bust this one. Let's check. Bitterdonk. Ooh. Purple. Here's my pink ones. I'll get them out. Five millimeter flat tops. Here's red. Right there. Good. I'll put the purples away. We're done with purple for the night. I wonder if these Cherry MX Speed Silvers that I have chilling over here are better. They don't have a slot to put an LED through. But they're better as in they don't have this wide gap to let dust into the switch. Toss. Ugh. That LED, it's making the key stick. You might ask, like, why aren't you using this switch for all of them? That's definitely superior. And the reason is because this is harder to push. And I want it to be harder to push so I don't hit on an accident while I'm doing one of these. It's a 2.3 millimeter actuation point. All these other ones have a 2 millimeter, or maybe 1.8, can't remember. But this LED is giving me aggro. Can't get that to stay on there. So I'll have to find different switches. Let's look. Let's look on the internet. Put something in my Amazon cart, maybe. Let's look on the internet. Put something in my Amazon cart, maybe. I want clicky switches that are similar spec. So let me see, box white. Here's the specs that I care about. It's clicky. 45 for the initial force. 1.8, I was right. 1.8 for the actuation point. 55 for the actuation or slash like tactile force required to get it to activate. And the other one that's on the top left spot is a milky green from Gateron. 80 on the force. These ones, which they won't tell you what the actual actuation force is. I bet you it's probably like 45 or 55 there, and this is an 80 over here. What I need to do is filter this list so I only see the clickies. And I only see the 1.8s. The box white is what we got. So does box V2 set allow LEDs to go through? Come on, give me a proper picture. And do you cover up the bottom? Here's the bottom. No, it's still that wide slot that makes me do the look of disapproval. There's the whites. It's like Kales and Red Dragons are the only ones with a 1.8 actuation point. So what if we did select all the actuation points? Bunch of options. ACO. Creamy cyan, maybe. I know Red Dragons are all out of stock. 1.5 Epo Maker Aqua. That's going to be like easier to press. 1.7. Box whites are 45 though. So 45. Anybody still in chat watching this geeky crap? I don't want more Kales. Maybe less than 45? 47, 48, 46, 40s. Skip ad. I want to watch chat. I just wish I knew what the actual it is 50. Okay, 55. Why can't the Red Dragon be one that's in shop, in stock? Those are Kales again. They're not actually Red Dragons. Because they're messing up my LED things. What if we just select all on the force, select all on actuation point, and then only show cherry the blues. They're 2.2. MX whites. 80 grams. Dang it. Why does this have to be so difficult? Ow. My neck just cracked. Just turning my head. Surprised me. I'm thinking get something else that's Gateron. Like the milky green one I did. Yeah, it's a Gateron. Where are you, Gateron? There's the milky green. That's our 80s to 50. All their clicky ones are 2.3. Except the KSX green. Why is it not in my list? The specs, I mean. 80, 2.3. Dang it. Are you also 50 million? Yep. Copy paste. Why are all of your clicky ones 2.3? Melodic? $60, 2.0, unknown. Do they have a chart? Stupid website. I wouldn't be able to put an LED through there anyway. What about cherry blues? Or 50/60. Whites, 80/?. Cherry.d. That's what that is. 80 grams, but they're like the ones I just pulled out. See, these are called clears. They're 40. Why are they called 80 grams? They're 80 at the bottom. They're 40 and then 62. I'll write that down. Highlight, fill color. This one. Possible for top on numpad. $40 to $62. What do the MX greens look like? I hate it when the drop downs come up and you don't even want to see that right now. That doesn't help me. Greens have been around for a while. They were like the first heavy mechanical switches. 80 and 2.2. I don't like the 2.2 aspect. Should like they're 40 and then 80 is what it should say. 40 and then 80. What? Oh, I already have 80 over here. That's what matters. 50 and then 60. Does anybody sell MX Blues? $10 of them is like $4. And single LED are not being sold. So the MX whites are plate mount PCB. I need plate mount, but are they LED or SMDs? Why you don't have picture? Wait, I know, because there's a round slot right there for an LED. Come on, mouse. Keeps bumping into stuff. All the brand. Can't do kale. Pro light green. These got the little thing for the LED to come through. What's the back look like? $40, $60. I'm gonna get these. All right, I'm ending the stream, guys. Thanks for all of those that came to hang out. And if you watch this, let me do this that way. If you're watching me on the replay, tell me in chat, in the comment, say something. I like to see it every now and then pop up in my notification that somebody watched one of my streams after the stream was over. All right, bye.